Hi all, Karthik here from Design School by Wpalgoridm. In this video, I want to share my thoughts on a brand new starter theme for Gutenberg called Gutenix. As the name suggests, this theme is optimized for Gutenberg. Now, instead of calling it a theme, it's actually a package. So it has obviously the theme, which is Gutenix, and it also installs a plugin called ZeGuten. And in order to have all this, it comes with a single subscription. Also, a lifetime deal is available. Well, a free theme, a pro add-on, and then this ZeGuten plugin. That's what Gutenix package is all about. Now, what does it do and how does it function? Let's discuss in this video. I think it's a great starter theme for anyone who's looking for a change, who's looking to work with Gutenberg instead of page builders. Let's get into Gutenix. Now, in order to install the theme, the plugin, and also the pro add-on, all you need is this Gutenix wizard, which can be found in your dashboard. I'll leave a link to Gutenix in the description. You can check that out. It has starter sites, and all of the starter sites are actually built on top of Gutenberg. This is really huge. So they're promising that they'll be including more and more starter sites with every month. So let's see how that works. Of course, they have starter sites built with Elementor and also with Breezy. But in this review, I'll just focus on Gutenberg because that's what this theme is all about, giving you a head start and letting you work comfortably with this. You can install any starter site. I've actually installed a starter site and I'll open my site and you'll see that all this is built just with the power of Gutenberg, right? The background, the graphics, and all this is just built with Gutenberg, and that's really neat. So if I click on edit page, this is actually one of the starter sites called Freelance. With Pro version, you have access to many starter sites and they're planning to add more, and you can see that all of this is natively built with Gutenberg. Isn't that really cool? And you can see how each of this is built. If you want to learn the structure of the page, you can simply click this and you can see all of it is a section, and then within each section you have widgets, and the ZeGuten plugin provides a lot of widgets that you want. So you can click on the ZeGuten section and there are tons of Gutenberg blocks. This is really neat and they're focused more on the design side of Gutenberg of things. Now that's one where this theme is really promising. And the another reason why you should or you might consider this theme is that customizer has everything that you need in a theme. So if I click on customize, it will take you to the customizer area of your theme. Here you can even set your header, your footer, your theme layouts with the pro add-on. Of course, you can set your 404 page and a ton of them. So I'm in my customizer area of the theme, and you can see starting with site identity. And there's one more thing. If you look at the typography options, there are ton of typography options. I think most of these are Google fonts, and you have granular settings for each and everything. So I can say change this to something else, right? There are ton of typography options and you can play with all of them with, of course, all the text properties. And these options are available across each and every element across the website. Now the second thing, if you go to page layout, you can pick full width, sidebar, stretched full width, similar to what you could pick with themes such as Astra and Neve. And obviously you have breadcrumbs, so you can show them, all of them, on the front page or whatever page that you want. You can simply publish, go back, and you can also customize the way in which the back to top button works. So you can change the background hover color. So if I publish this, so it all changes with whatever you select here, and that's really neat. Again, sidebar, you can choose a sticky effect for your sidebar. So sidebar becomes sticky once it scrolls to a particular distance. I'll show you that in a bit. And for mobile browsers, you can choose the address bar color. That's really neat. You can even set a custom built 404 page right from the customizer area. Of course, you have to build the page itself using the Gutenberg interface. But since I installed the starter site, it already has a 404 template. I'll publish that. Now, if I open any site or any page on the site that doesn't exist, you'll see the 404 page just like that. And this is all built with Gutenberg. Isn't it cool? This 404 page, custom 404 page, is built with Gutenberg. Now, if you go to pages, it will give you all the pages, all the content which is installed when you import or install a starter site. And you can click on edit. That will take you to the Gutenberg side of things, and you can see how the Gutenberg 404 page is built. So you create any page and you can set it as a 404 page, as a block page, and a lot. That's 404 page. You can also specify a custom preloader. By default, it's this one. So if I go to my website, click on visit site, it's this preloader. And if you want any other custom preloader, it comes built in. Dynamic CSS, again, if you want to customize or if you want to cache all the CSS, you can set a color scheme. So you can change the primary color right from here. So if I change it to something else like that, wherever the primary color is used, it will be used. So in your Gutenberg page, if I click on this, if I go to general section, so I can click on so you have HSL, all that stuff for each of the elements. So that's really cool. So whatever you have in your color picker, that will be reflected in this, and the page has to be refreshed so that it will load the latest and greatest color scheme. I'll reload the page. So the primary color, secondary text color, all of them can be set again from within the customizer area. And typography, you can see there are tons of typography here. So if I change that to Geostar, you can see all that here. You can change it to any, and there are tons of fonts to choose from. And this is for each and every element on the site. The same thing with headings, text, and buttons as well. And this is where it gets really interesting. So you can choose or you can build your header right from the customizer area of your theme. That's really neat. So you can choose a top panel and you can edit this. So this can be anything. This can be an HTML. So anything like that. So you can give an href attribute here. So any HTML that you want, you can put it in the top bar. Or if you have anything, if you have a shortcode, you can simply paste the shortcode over here. That will show up as the widget here. You can choose to show up a menu here and you can set it up. Any menu you can show that. You can show social links here and it has to be set in the options. Logo and favicon. But what I really like is that it has options to set sticky header right from within the customizer area. So if I set it as sticky, I'll publish this. Watch what happens. We'll refresh the page so that we can clearly see the preview here. And you can see the slide-in preview from there. This is a slide-in header that can be achieved using Elementor. I've taught you that, but again, this is just a setting in this theme. You can also upload a logo for your sticky header. I'll use the same logo, why not? We'll publish this, and we'll also refresh this page so that we can see the preview clearly here. And just like that, we have the sticky header logo there. This is our normal logo, and this is our sticky header logo. So you can pick basically anything that you want here. You can make it sticky, and what's really cool is that you can also set a transparent header, so you can disable it on particular pages. You can set the transparency and also the background here. So alpha stands for the transparency, how transparent or opaque this is. If it's 100, it's clearly visible. Let's set somewhere in between there, and we'll change the color to this, and you can see the transparent color. If I reduce the alpha, it's more transparent, more translucent. You can see that here. You can change the site title color, link hover color, and all that, all within the customizer area. The same thing with footer. You can set all the styles that you want within your footer. It usually has links. And within blog, you can set the layout of your blog. So if I go to my blog page, since I have the starter site, you can see the blog page preview. So if I change this to maybe listing one, you can see that in action. So changing the layout of the blog page is just a click of a button, or you just need to pick this. Masonry will adjust the widths according to the space available, and you can also choose number of columns. This is not exactly the way you want, but you can always build a custom blog page. They also have widgets, which we'll discuss in a bit. So they have Gutenberg blocks to help you build your own custom blog page. You can set a background for your body. If you don't like this pale color, you can set a white color, green color, or whatever color you want. You can set an image for your header. So if I set this as my header image, and that becomes the background of my header, so that's really neat. You can also randomize headers, so you can have one new picture showing up for every new user, so that's really neat. There are tons of controls, and you obviously have your homepage settings and all that. Now this is one big thing about the same. The customizer area is supercharged, and you can see that I'm actually running the child theme. It comes pre-installed. When you install the theme with the Gutenix wizard plugin, all you need to do is to pick the options that you want. If you want a child theme, well, if you ask me if you really need a child theme, it depends. If you're changing a lot of core WordPress files such as functions file, such as config file and all that, then you do need a child theme. But if you're just working on the layouts and the design side of things, you really don't need a child theme. Alternately, you can use a code snippets plugin. So that's the customizer area, and that's a huge strength to this. And look at the number of options for each of the block provided. So if you go to the button block, you can see it has a ton of options. So you can make it inline auto. You can have the link here. You can have typography settings for your button, from within the Gutenberg interface. Like I said, this is a Gutenberg way of doing design oriented things. You can change the hover color over here, and you have few advanced things. You can set additional classes and stuff like that. And if you go to the heading widget, you can align it the way you want, have typography, spacing, right, margin, padding. This is what you'd find in a typical page builder, such as Elementor or Divi. Again, they're focusing on bringing that experience to the native Gutenberg interface, which is pretty cool because these things are not present in Gutenberg interface. All of their widgets provided by the ZeGuten plugin are really great. So let's add a new widget. So if I make a banner over here, you can write the text, and each of the block has a ton of settings. You can select an image for the banner. So if I select this image, and you can change the layout of the block. You can see the hover based animations. There are a ton of options, right? You can set the title, set the subtitle, set the description, set the overlay color, each of the blocks, and they're promising to add more and more blocks on a monthly basis. They also have the most common widgets as of now. I think they'll be adding all the common widgets that you need, typically found in a page builder. And if you pick carousel, let's add a new section. Again, the section comes from your, let's add a column. I'll pick a layout for my column. You can select the alignment. You can add a ton of widgets over here. As you can see, the options are endless. The ZeGuten plugin gives you ton of blocks that let you build design oriented pages. So if I click on edit page, you can see a ton of options over here. You can see how each of the page is built. I know a lot of people are not really comfortable with Gutenberg, but this theme, I think, is a step forward in the right direction. And you can also see how the theme is built. Each of the section, you can go to section. You can even set a custom shape to your section. So you can set a background shape. So let's say this is the shape. You can move it around, you can pan it, you can change the opacity. So basically you're setting a background to your section, and you can see how that looks like. You can change the position. See that? All these are the things again found in page builders such as Elementor, but bringing those to Gutenberg is really neat. So this is the second big strength of this theme. So the ZeGuten blocks, designer oriented blocks, beginner friendly. All you need to do is to do a little bit of exploration, and that's really neat. And the third strength is obviously the starter sites. So the starter sites are built for you. All you need to do is to click on install. You can either replace them, and with minimal number of plugins, they don't even install many plugins here. And this theme is a fresh take on Gutenberg. Let me know what you guys think. There are a ton of options, ton of settings to look after, but I think it looks promising. They also have a lifetime deal. You can get that from the link in the description. Also, I'll keep you posted in case there are any major developments around this theme. That's it for now. This is the first look at Gutenix theme, and I think it looks promising. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think about Gutenberg optimized themes in general? That's it for now. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.